Now, the good news also being the mine. The mine is good to go. So I'm very happy about that. Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode on Settlement Survival with me, Spacefish, and welcome to our beautiful little town which has slowly but surely been growing over the last few episodes. We've made a good bit of progress and look at just how beautiful this little town already looks. But we do now have the newest goal of building ourselves our very own church. And we have encountered a little bit of an issue because, as you can see, we are now totally out of ore. So the issue being with that we are in the middle of winter, which means that we can't really send out any new people to try and get ourselves more ore without them freezing to death, most likely. So we will probably not be continuing this build for the time being. Well, unfortunately, because it is our goal, so we would really want to take care of it, but instead we will probably go and tackle some other tasks. We'll just see what kind of things we maybe need, maybe some extra homes, maybe there's some other options of what we can take care of, and we'll just see what makes sense and what doesn't. Before we get going on all those things though, if you're new around here, if you do happen to enjoy this very episode, please make sure to go ahead and smash that subscribe right down below. I would really appreciate that a ton. We're slowly but surely really getting to that goal that we've set out of 1,000 subscribers, but of course, still a good bit to go. And every single person just really always helps out a ton with that, so thank you so much if you did that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hit that play button. So, if we look around, I mean, city health is honestly a little bit of a worry. It's already at low, and we do have a higher stamina consumption, which is not great. So, clinics, hospitals, herbs, soap, and bathhouse can increase health. I am wondering what of that we may even have thus far. It does seem that we do have the option of, I mean, we don't have ore is the issue. Builder's cabin, I think we do have one of those already. We do indeed. Actually, it's quite cool. I just noticed that these do get marked, which is quite cool. But most of everything then does seem to, in the end, be taking ore off us, which is a bit of an issue. And we don't have anything to extract the ore as much as I would like to. The question being here, well, first things first, still, what do we use the silver coins for? I've got no clue what this sort of currency is being used for. The main question being, though, where was the research at? Because I do remember there was some option to research things. Not sure how we did that. Technology, yes. Use tech points to unlock new technology. Schools can generate tech XP. It's great that we don't have schools yet. We do have 7 technology points. So maybe it does make sense to go searching around for what makes sense. Well, soap. Yes, soap was also supposed to increase the health. And it does seem that we do have that. No, we don't have that researched. So, well, yeah. Blubber. Plus, like, we have none of the materials needed for that purpose. If we go looking around here, mining, this I would really like. Now you can build a mine pit. Mine can produce iron and coal with a limited total output. Unremovable after built. Can be upgraded to a senior mine and a deep mine. You have quarries as well, which can produce stone. But we're really interested in iron, I guess. And coal, of course, as well. What does activate mean? Oh, do we need to... I'm a bit confused, because, right, we've got 7 technology points. It doesn't tell me any explicit technology point cost. It doesn't say locked. Well, I mean, because I guess we've got to research this first before we can research. But, like... it appears we need 1 technology point for this purpose. And, well, now we can build a mine, which is nice and easy. We need 80 units of timber, 60 units of stone. We can place that somewhere, but we will never ever be able to remove it again. So placement should probably be quite well considered. And I am considering to place it all the way back here, close to the mountain. Because there's a nice little open area right here. We've already got the area somewhat well connected, I would say. I guess that would be an option. We do have both the wood and the... Oh my god, that is big. It's bigger than I thought it was. Oh, I see. And it does actually need to be placed up against a mountain or what? Ah, yes, look at that. So it does need to be placed up against a mountain. The thing is, we can really only place one mine on this side, but we can place like another one or two on that side if we really wanted to. And this is pretty much the only placement I can see that would work. Well, unless we place it further inwards, which does work in terms of squeezing things a little more in there, I guess. There we go. It's going to be our mine. We're building a mine, everyone. I am very happy about that one. I feel like we really, really need that. That's also going to push us further along with our task goals, so hopefully that should be nice. Do really also want to upgrade some roads to stone roads and stuff, but I guess we need quarries and stuff for that too. I guess for the quarries we also need to build them into a mountain or something. There's not really much of any mountainous areas around. There's like a few out here. Well, yeah, I mean, I would say it's probably sufficient over the long run. There's even a little bit... I don't know what that is supposed to be, honestly. Looks more like a graphic glitch than an actual mountain, but I guess it is one. In any case, we are going to go. Get a dirt road extended around here, around there, around there. Well, in fact, that's kind of a little... the wrong way, I guess. Cool. So something along the lines of that. In fact... do that differently. Let's just make it a straight road. You know, shorten the distances. Do things like that. I'm not sure, by the way, in terms of storage, if it makes sense to put like a temporary storage yard or something up front there. So that like we don't have that long transport ways to all the way out here. I'm not sure about that. We'll see how it goes first things first, I guess. But yeah, so that's the road place. That's the mine place. And that will hopefully, slowly but surely, be us making a little bit of progress. And wow. There's a lot of people getting down there instantly to get working on things, clearing up space and everything. So that should be nice, I hope. Unless everyone freezes to death, of course, which, fingers crossed, that won't happen. Get back home. Don't die, please. Thank you. 1 citizens are freezing. 2, 3 citizens are... you know, still got a little bit the issue with winter, I guess. I do wonder if you can somehow make them clothes. I guess there's going to be some option to make clothes in the longer run that let them kind of stay a little more warm, hopefully. So we should eye that for the future. Now, the one thing that is worrying me a bit is food. I'm not sure how worried we need to be about that, but really don't feel like we're extracting enough out of the fields that we have got going on yet. Also, you know, pasture. Getting some livestock going would be useful in the longer run, I feel. Now, I mean, the forester can keep working down here, I feel like. I would really like to be getting another 2 fields going here. I don't think we've got enough people for the job, which is always a bit of an issue. But just, you know, to slowly but surely expand also the area that we're working with there. That said, for all I'm concerned, we kind of... Oh, we've got pea seeds. Oh, that is nice. That's some solid food, I would argue. We're going to go work with that. We don't have any wheat or stuff, unfortunately, which would be my food of choice, but still... That's nice. How are we doing here? Pretty much everyone employed, right? God. We don't have any mining people, which I'm a bit concerned with. I would go as far as saying that we will probably go and close some job positions on the field here. Hopefully one person can somehow take care of it. and make sure that, well, I mean, for the time being, I guess we can actually open those job positions, but we may close them in the near future in order to ensure that someone is able to work in the mine. Now, the thing is, we're already really slowly but surely getting out of winter, and we're not even close to anywhere. Well, I mean, we are close to somewhere with the mine, to be honest, really only missing the stone, and we're already building away, so it's fine and all, but still, you know, a bit of progress to be made. I don't see anyone slapping into thin air here yet, which is surprising, but maybe they're just waiting for all the materials to get there first. Jesus Christ. Town's really grown quite a lot already, hasn't it? Making insane amounts of progress, I would argue. At some point, I guess we'll have to move the fields a little further away from the center of the town, but for now, I guess it's totally fine with where we're at. I would like to go and gather some of these. Well, I mean, we're going to wait for March, maybe, just to make sure it's not too cold still. Still 5 degrees out, so people can't be running around forever, I would argue. And, you know, we will be getting all from this thing as well when it actually is finished. Slowly but surely, hopefully, will be happening. Now, that said, I am wondering when we finally get more people. The question also being, oh, well, I mean, there is a good bunch of space for kids. Past that, I do wonder if we ever get, like, any immigration or something going. And what are these yellow lines? And that's like the inhabitants of the thing, or... I guess so. So, I mean, the thing is, feels like all of our houses are pretty much occupied, so we may want to get some extras going. Maybe starting out with one down there. Just to ensure that if and when we actually do get more inhabitants, or more people interested into living here, we, well, actually have some space for them, because I'm a bit worried that that may be blocking us otherwise in the future. I do think we want to kind of pre-provision for that, because otherwise we'll probably be getting some issues, and we don't want issues around here. We want a lot of inhabitants, and we want our economy to flourish. A lot of people employed, everything else in between. And, you know, some streets and stuff would be nice too. March has arrived. Okay, we're at 8 degrees. I do feel like we want to have a quick little gathering session. Just making sure, and I think that these rocks should hopefully have some iron ore in them. I'm not actually entirely sure. Technically, this is supposed to be salt. But I thought that up there we did actually manage to gather some iron from those rocks. I think the dark rocks we managed to gather iron from. Or is that coal? I mean, these here definitely didn't have any materials. But I think the appearance of the rocks did have something to do with if we were able to gather something other than just stone from rocks. Now the thing is, we don't really have that many people that can even gather out there. It's just 2 laborers. No, actually a few more, I guess, now running around. What did you gather? Ooh, iron ore. Nice. So that's well worth it. We don't want to turn off the guides, because this will mean that this church will continue to be built finally. One citizen got injured. Oh no. What do we do with that now? Ankle sprain, slow movement speed. I feel like we need a clinic for that now. And the health is continuing to go down. The thing is, like, we don't have anyone that can man all these things, right? We can start building them, but even if I start building a clinic now, can be upgraded to a hospital eventually. Which I actually wonder if a hospital does take more space. Probably do want to check that out. Ooh, fancy. Bigger houses and all. I am not entirely sure where we would be able to find Le Hospital. There's the church upgrade. Oh, here. 6x7. Okay. What is the 6 currently? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's wait, no, there's also 6 by 7, so that's totally fine. Okay, that's nice. So doesn't change anything in terms of the size requirements in the end, which is great. The question is though, where and how do we best set that up without absolutely jeopardizing everything about symmetry and all? How much do the houses take? 4, so it's like, how long is the church? 8. So we could do house here. Then we would have pathways there. We're like, what do we do with this space, I wonder? In any case, I think... Well, no, oh no, is this... Yeah, it's the same width as the church. So we'll just be placing the clinic close by, I guess. And then, well, hopefully that'll be constructed at some point, but we'll prioritize the church, which needs the iron ore more, and we do want to finish off that gold first, I guess. Now, that said, there's going to be quite a lot of iron ore to move as well. Jesus Christ. It's going to take years, absolute years for that to happen. I would really love for this thing to be finished at some point too. We just don't have enough people currently, I feel, right? We know everyone's working away, it's all happening nicely. I am worried a bit about this planting season, because you can see that this field is almost done. These are only halfway there. So we may end up with 2 fields not being fully sown out, or 3 fields, in fact, not being fully sown out in the end. But, I don't know. I'm a bit confused about that. We do have a well. Total reserves in water 1157. So, like, why are people thirsty? I can't tell you. We've got so much water. Really not that concerned about water, more about food, to be honest. Why are citizens starving? Go and freaking eat! Person, get food! Thank you. I almost forgot to eat or what? Like, what in the world, man? What in the flippin' world? Right, I've got 62 units of iron ore again, which is beautiful. Little gathering session up there is really paying out, but it is taking absolute ages, I have to say. Maybe we are actually going to go and halt some of the gathering out here. Just let them collect the rest of the bits that they have thus far managed to grab. And, you know, then they can concentrate on other efforts again, such as building would be nice. Because I feel like we do need to advance on that as well. Now, there has been a few births, apparently, that occurred last season, which is beautiful. Kids just need to grow up. This lady's still, unfortunately, injured. It's just a sprained ankle, so I would imagine that she should be good without a clinic, fingers crossed, but yeah, it's not great. Why is this one field the only field that's not up to snuff, eh? Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Plants are growing though, it's nice. Getting some extra food in, however I fear that the overall tendency is still that we are using more food than we actually are producing. So we need to probably see about that. I don't know if there's like any statistics. Oh yes, there is. Is there statistics about how much food I've got going in versus how much is going out? Food consumption. Oh, okay. So we're just barely good in terms of how much food we obtain versus how much we consume. But, I mean, the second field, nonetheless, I feel is probably a good idea. Now, the good news also being the mine. The mine is good to go. So I'm very happy about that. We've got 2 people working in there. Out of 5, unfortunately, but we've got 2 people working in there. We do need to choose a product, though. And we would like iron ore. So please work on that. Apparently there's also silver, which is cool. So, you know, coal, definitely also we want that for fuel. So, almost certainly more stuff coming in there that we will require in the long run. For us to start producing a good bunch of wood too. Not really crazy amounts, but at least a decent bunch, so. better than nothing, I suppose. And these guys are really... That's the thing, right? The gatherer sod is also producing a lot of the food that we are working with. If we didn't have that, and of course the hunter, we would probably be quite short on food. I mean, the fields alone don't sustain us, or at least the 2 didn't sustain us. Hopefully, having 4 now will sustain us a bit better. This one, of course, only producing flax, so that's something totally different. It's not food. It's more for like clothing and stuff, which could be cool, could be good to use, especially given how, well, you know, freezy, almost dying my citizens seem to feel as of late, but we'll see about that. That said, the church is good to go. We absolutely missed it, but it's good to go. And look at it, all pretty and beautiful and colourful. Absolutely loving that. We can get our reward. And now the next target is the clinic. Well, that's perfect. Good thing we've already got that scheduled. The church, though, is good to go. Spreading some nice influences all across the place. And, well, we don't have a worker for it, which is a bit of a bummer. We do at least have some births happening and all, which is nice, because that means we've got some kiddos, and when the kiddos grow up, we actually get more people, but it'll take a good bit of time for all those kiddos to grow up. And this is, interestingly, already housed by some people. Do we technically otherwise have people that are... Do we have people that are without a house? Where do we see that? Not sure. Do we have homeless people? Where did the 2 people just come from? A bit confused about that. But I guess that indicates that we do definitely want a few more houses. So let's go and build some, I suppose. How did I change the thing again? F. Kind of feel like, I mean, no, let's just say the veranda is looking out onto the fields, alright? I kind of like that thought. So a little bit of a variety thanks to the auto change between the little designs that we have, and then we go pull a dirt road through here. Don't really have that many stones yet, so I don't really want to start building stone roads, as great as it probably would be. Also, you know, you've got to keep in mind all the effort that would probably be involved in that. And you really just don't have the people for all that effort anyway, so, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Gonna go and gather those plants. And we're really using up a lot of wood, holy moly. We may have to go knock down a few more trees, which maybe we just do that along this little path here that we've got laid out for the mine, you know, clear a few bits and bobs of that space up. And, well, we can eventually probably knock down some more trees up here too for further expansion needs. Oh, we'll get there when we get there, so no pressure about that at all for now. Clinic's being built, which is beautiful. We do also have still some nice amounts of iron ore, and there is going to be consistently now flowing a bit more of that into our storages, which I really like, because we're hopefully going to have a little less in terms of issues there. Also, it seems to be harvesting season for the first few crops, so I do really very much like that. That should be very, very nice indeed. And storage yard also actually is quite full, I have to say. So what I think we're going to be doing is we will just be putting down another one out here. You know, making sure oh, this is an upgraded one even, but making sure that we do have enough space, because this feels quite full already. We probably want to make sure that, you know, everything stays fine, and when we have the space anyways, why not just store it right there? Cool. Now only the street is missing. Trees are all gone. Got a bit back in terms of raw materials, which is nice, because, I mean, you can see we really chewed up a lot now with all those houses and the clinic and everything, but, you know, it's hopefully going to be worth it. There's even somebody already in there. You know, all the kiddos that start growing up, I guess, they go into their own houses and they eventually get married and all. So, yeah. It's quite good that we have actually built those. But now, no, never mind. Still extra people. How in the world do we still need that space? I am so confused. I guess it's like kids moving out of their houses and stuff. I don't know. The good news, though, being that we nearly have the clinic finished, which now has taken place. Unfortunately, we don't have a doctor yet, but this is going to be important to research, I can imagine, all the different treatments that we want. We also probably... Yeah, we're back to 7 technology points, so we can start thinking about using some more technology. I would really like something that, like, helps us get a bit more population. Because I feel that's our major shortcoming currently, that we just don't have enough people to take care of things for us. So we need to see about that. But anyways, for today, I would say, with this little mine being built out here, our fields expanded, tons more houses being built, the church being ready, the clinic being ready, and this little reward up here collected, we will go and call it a day here. Hopefully, slowly but surely, we will be able to grab some more people to aid us in the building of this beautiful town, and, well, hopefully also that then means that some people can work in all these places we've just recently built. So fingers crossed on that. Next episode we will be back. We will continue on our task goals, but we will also try and build some extra housing spaces, gather some extra materials, make sure we've got everything we need, and also probably make sure to get more food, because Jesus Christ, are we low on food. I am quite sure that this is not balanced anymore as the game wants us to believe. So we will definitely have to see about that as well. For today, though, I'm ending this episode off right here. I hope you all very much enjoyed it. Of course, if you did, please make sure to go ahead and smash that like button right down below for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. With all those things out of the way, though, as usual, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next episode very, very soon. Ciao.